The myth of the perfect start. It whispers to you in the silence. It tells you to wait, not to start until you have all the answers, not until the plan is flawless, not until you're completely, absolutely, and undeniably ready. This isn't the voice of caution, it's the voice of perfectionism. It parades as a virtue, a noble quest for excellence. But for so many of us, it is a master of disguise. It promises a perfect result but delivers only one thing: paralysis. Most of us believe perfectionism is a good trait. It's the reason we check our work 3 times. It's the reason we spend hours polishing a single sentence. And in some contexts, a drive for quality is powerful. But here's the crucial difference. A healthy pursuit of excellence pushes you to finish. Perfectionism pushes you to stop. It creates an invisible barrier, a myth that there is such a thing as a perfect start, the perfect moment, the perfect idea. The truth is, that moment will never come. Think about the greatest creations, the most impactful careers, the most beautiful relationships. None of them began in a state of flawless perfection. They began with a flawed, imperfect, and messy first step. The greatest works of art started as a single, unsure brushstroke. The most successful businesses began with a single, flawed idea. The most meaningful relationships started with a single, awkward conversation. This is the oversimplification that traps us. We are shown the finished product, the highlight reel, the polished victory. We aren't shown the messy process, the clumsy first draft, the initial, embarrassing prototype. The truth is, a perfect start is an illusion, and as long as you believe in it, you'll be stuck at the starting line, trapped by the weight of your own impossible standards. So, why do we fall for this myth? And what is the true cost of our inaction? The roots of the perfect ideal. To understand why we crave perfection, we have to look deeper. The seeds of perfectionism are often planted early in life, in the fertile ground of our upbringing. It can come from a childhood where love and acceptance were conditional, tied to flawless performance. You may have been a child who was praised only for your straight A's, not for your effort. A child who was loved for what you did, not for who you were. Over time, your mind internalizes this message. I must be perfect to be worthy. You begin to believe that any flaw is a sign of a fundamental defect. This creates a deep-seated fear of judgment and criticism. You see yourself through the eyes of others and you assume they are as critical as you are. This fear is also reinforced by the modern world. Social media has created a constant stream of manufactured perfection. We see only the highlight reels, the finished products, the curated victories. We are conditioned to believe that everyone else's life is a flawless masterpiece, and our own is a messy first draft. This constant exposure to a myth of effortless perfection fuels our own self-criticism. The deep need for control is another major root. Perfectionism is a coping mechanism for anxiety. In a world full of variables we cannot control, we try to control the few things we can, the details of our own work. We believe that if we make a plan flawless, we can prevent an unexpected outcome. We cling to perfection as a way to soothe our fear of uncertainty. But this is an illusion of control. Life is inherently messy, and no amount of obsessive planning can change that. These deep roots, the fear of judgment, the social conditioning, the need for control, grow into powerful, paralyzing vines that prevent us from moving. They tell us that our work is a reflection of our worth, and our worth must be perfect. But what are the internal mechanisms that make this so debilitating? The 4 pillars of paralysis. Perfectionism isn't just a single problem. It's a prison built on 4 specific pillars of thought. The first is all-or-nothing thinking. The perfectionist mind operates in black and white. It's either a flawless success or an utter failure. There is no middle ground. If you can't be perfect, why even try? This binary thinking is the first pillar of paralysis. The second pillar is the fear of failure. To the perfectionist, failure is a public confession of their unworthiness. It isn't a learning opportunity, it's a verdict. This fear is so terrifying that the perfectionist will choose inaction over the risk of a flawed result. They would rather not try at all than face a potential failure. They choose the pain of regret over the pain of potential disappointment. The third pillar is over-analysis. This is the endless loop of rumination we discussed before. We get lost in the details. We research for hours. We plan every single minute. We edit a single sentence for an hour. We mistake motion for progress. We believe that more thinking will somehow make the outcome better. But all it does is drain our energy and steal our time, leaving us with a beautiful plan and an empty result. The fourth and final pillar is a flawed definition of productivity. We often believe that a productive day is a day full of perfect, finished tasks. A perfectionist sees a day with 5 imperfect, incomplete tasks as a failure. This leads to a profound sense of self-criticism and discouragement. We punish ourselves for not being perfect, and this punishment drains our motivation to try again tomorrow. We confuse doing things right with actually getting things done. The path to imperfect action. Breaking free from perfectionism requires a new set of tools. The first is to accept that you can't win a game you're not playing. The only way to move forward is to take an imperfect, messy, and flawed first step. So, what does that look like in practice? The first tool is the 2-minute rule. The secret isn't to set yourself a huge, intimidating task. It's to set a task so small it's impossible to fail. If you want to start exercising, your goal isn't to go to the gym for an hour. It's to put on your workout clothes. If you want to start writing, your goal isn't to write a chapter. It's to write one sentence. The point is not the quality of the work. It's the act of starting. The second tool is just-in-time thinking. The overanalyzer wants to have all the information before starting, but this is a trap. You don't need to learn every single thing about a subject before you begin. You just need to learn what you need to know for the very next step. The moment you start doing, you will find out what you actually need to learn. Information without action is just procrastination disguised as research. The third tool is to celebrate the wins. The perfectionist only sees the perfect final result. You have to start celebrating the messy, imperfect milestones along the way. That terrible first draft, it's a win. That ugly sketch, it's a win. Every single act of courage, every single attempt to be imperfect deserves a celebration. This is how you rewire your brain to see progress, not just perfection. These tools aren't about abandoning quality. They're about giving you permission to fail forward. They are about creating a new habit, a habit of action. The only way to get a perfect result is to start with an imperfect first step. So, what are the bigger mindset shifts that make these tools a part of your life? The mindset of the mover. The final and most profound shift is from a mindset of perfection to a mindset of self-compassion. Perfectionism is a form of self-punishment. It tells you that you are not good enough. But the truth is, you are worthy of your own compassion, no matter what you do or don't do. The next time that harsh inner voice tells you that you are not good enough, don't fight it. Just acknowledge it. Say, "Thank you for sharing, but I'm going to try anyway." You are externalizing your inner critic, making it a voice you can listen to but don't have to obey. You are accepting your own imperfection as a part of the human experience. This leads to a mindset of radical uncertainty. The perfectionist fears uncertainty. They want to know the outcome before they begin. But the person who takes action understands that the journey is the only thing they can control. The outcome is not their responsibility. The act of trying is the only thing that matters. This is a mindset that frees you to fail and to learn. It frees you to be human. A person of action understands that progress is a series of imperfect actions. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a perfect day. You don't need a perfect result. You just need to show up and do the work. The work is the purpose, not the finished product. The finished product is a beautiful, if slightly imperfect, byproduct of the action you took. So make a new deal with yourself. You won't try to be perfect. You will just try. You will choose to be a person who starts, a person who learns, and a person who is kind to themselves along the way. Your journey begins now. The unfinished life. Look at your life. Is it a perfect, clean document with no mistakes? Or is it a living, breathing story filled with lessons and beautiful imperfections? Perfectionism promises a perfect life but leaves you with an unfinished one. It leaves you with an empty canvas, a blank document, a road not taken. The fear of a bad result is far less painful than the reality of a life with no results at all. A life defined by what you didn't do, what you didn't say, and what you didn't create. The pain of regret is the quietest, most soul-crushing kind of pain there is. It's the ghost of 1,000 beautiful, unfinished projects. There is a profound beauty in the unfinished, a beauty in the imperfection. The joy of a project isn't in the final, polished result. It's in the messiness of the process. It's in the learning, the stumbling, and the sheer courage of trying. So let go of the myth of the perfect start. Let go of the need for certainty, and step into the messy, beautiful, and imperfect journey of your life. The world is waiting for your flawed, brilliant, and unfinished first step. This is your moment. Not a moment for perfect planning, but a moment for a brave, imperfect start. Remember, the first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. What dream, what project, what change have you been holding back on, waiting for the elusive perfect moment? Let that wait end now. Choose one small, imperfect action. Take that step. The journey of 1,000 miles truly does begin with a single step, and that step doesn't have to be flawless to be powerful. If this video resonated with you and you're ready to break free from self-doubt and start building the life you want, hit that subscribe button. Join the Mindset Map community, where we provide the tools to navigate your thoughts and master your life. Thank you for watching, and remember, start now. Be imperfect. Your future is waiting.